Michael Jordan. The Michael Jordan. What else do you expect me to say? In the eyes of many, the greatest player to ever play the game of basketball. 6 rings, 6 finals MVP, one of the best scorers, defenders. We can endlessly talk about what Michael Jordan has accomplished. But you know, even the greatest one had his fair share of bad games. Now, there wasn't a lot of them, but there were some. Hey everyone, I'm Purple Prince, and I'll tell you about 13 times Michael Jordan scored less than 10 points in an NBA game. So, for starters, we can split the subject in 2 parts. What Michael Jordan did when he was with Chicago, and what he did when he was with the Wizards. Michael Jordan scored less than 10 points only once while he was with Chicago Bulls. And he never scored less than 10 points in any playoff game. How about that? Oh yeah, and he played 930 regular season games for the Bulls, and in just one of them he scored less than 10 points. That is unbelievable. His lone game with less than 10 points was against the Cleveland Cavaliers in the 1985-86 season. Just 3 games into that season, Michael Jordan broke his foot and returned mid-March by the regular season's end. In his 5th game back from the injury, Michael Jordan scored 8 points, grabbed 1 rebound, and assisted 1 time as well. Michael Jordan did play only 16 minutes as a reserve, but hit only 4 of his 13 shots. Chicago Bulls lost, and lost big. And that's it. He never again scored less than 10 points for the Bulls, whether it be regular season or the playoffs. As you probably can guess, the bulk of his worst games came as a Wizard. 3 years after he retired for the 2nd time, he came back to play for the Washington Wizards. He wasn't the prime Michael Jordan, but he still was very good. In his 27th game for the Washington Wizards, Michael Jordan scored only 6 points. On December 27, 2001 against the Indiana Pacers, Jordan played 25 minutes, shot 2 of 10 from the field, and made 1 of 2 3-pointers. It was a very bad game for the whole team, but Michael Jordan definitely didn't play his best as well. 6 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and he also had a net rating of -30. But in the next game against the Charlotte Hornets, Jordan scored 51 points. Go figure how the great one goes. Then, on February 24, 2002, in a game against Miami Heat, Jordan played 30 minutes and scored just 9 points, managed to get 6 assists and 5 rebounds. He sat out the final 6.5 minutes of the ball game because of his knee, and that was his last game before he took off almost a month to heal his knee injury. Michael Jordan returned to NBA action on March 20, 2002, in a game against Denver Nuggets. As a reserve, Jordan played 16 minutes, scored 7 points, and dished out 2 assists. The last 6 games of the season were kind of bad, except for an explosion of 34 points against the Milwaukee Bucks. 6 days later, on March 26, 2002, Jordan scored 9 points in 20 minutes of action against the same Denver Nuggets. Jordan made 4 of his 9 field goal attempts, but assisted 6 times and grabbed 3 rebounds. And in his last game that season, on April 2nd against Los Angeles Lakers, Jordan played only 12 minutes, made 1 of his 5 field goal attempts and scored 2 points, recorded 3 assists and 3 rebounds. The whole season was a struggle for Michael Jordan because of his knee and other minor injuries. And before going into what turned out to be Michael Jordan's last NBA season, everyone already kinda knew that the next season will be his last in the NBA. In the first game of the 2002-2003 NBA season, in a low-scoring game against the Toronto Raptors, Jordan played 25 minutes and connected on 4 of his 14 field goal attempts, ending up with 8 points, 3 steals, and 3 rebounds. Then, in the 5th game of the season, Jordan scored only 6 points in a game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. In 24 minutes of game action, Jordan made 2 of his 6 field goal attempts, but contributed in other ways with 3 steals, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. 5 games later, Jordan failed to score in double digit against the Miami Heat. He did play only 19 minutes and attempted only 5 field goals. Jordan connected on 4 of those attempts, contributing with 8 points and 5 rebounds. 6 days later at Houston, Jordan once again scored 8 points. This time, he played 30 minutes, but his shot wasn't falling. 4 field goals made out of 15 attempted, 8 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Almost for the next month, Jordan scored double-digit points in every game he played. But the streak stopped on December 15th on the road against the Toronto Raptors. Michael Jordan played 40 minutes but managed to make only 1 of his 9 field goal attempts, scored 2 points, but dished out 9 assists and grabbed 8 rebounds. The next low-scoring game for Michael Jordan came only next year, when on January 29, 2003, in a loss against New Jersey Nets, Jordan played 37 minutes but connected only on 4 of his 16 field goal attempts, scoring 8 points. But he also managed to get 5 rebounds and 5 assists. And then came the game against the Toronto Raptors. Michael Jordan didn't have good games against the Raptors when he was with the Wizards, and the game on March 4, 2003 was no different. Jordan played only 15 minutes and made 2 of his 5 field goal attempts. Jordan ended the game with 4 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Washington Wizards lost 86-89. That was the last game ever in which Michael Jordan got held under 10 points. For the rest of his career, he scored double-digit points in every game. And even with a handful of games where he scored single-digit points, Jordan still ended up averaging 20 points per game in his last NBA season. That just shows how great Michael Jordan really was. Most of his single-digit point games were because he didn't play a lot of minutes or he had an injury he was carrying. But still, it's interesting to see that in 1,072 games of Michael Jordan's career, only in 13 of them, he was really a non-factor. And even then, in those games, he still rebounded the ball or assisted his teammates while he was 40. Great player, great career. Thanks for watching, guys. What are your memories of Michael Jordan? How do you remember his stint with the Wizards? Whatever your thought is, leave a comment below, like this video, and subscribe for the future NBA content. This was Purple Prince, and I'm out.
Bit, poke it out, and I'm happy to look. Shoulder bag on me, how good does it look? She made me come fast, but we good in the hood, and I'ma make amends if I misunderstood, yeah. Bit, poke it out, and I'm happy to look. Shoulder bag on me, how good does it look? She made me come fast, but we good in the hood, and I'ma make amends if I misunderstood, yeah.